Well, hey there, YouTube. I just wanted to make this quick video about radiator or heater core stop leaks. Um, the best course of action is don't use them whatsoever. It's always best to repair the component that's leaking, or I guess nowadays we don't repair it, we replace it, we throw everything away. But the correct way to do it, if your radiator is leaking, replace the radiator. If your heater core is leaking, replace the heater core. However, we know how difficult some heater cores can be to get out. Some of them you have to remove the whole dash, and you can be looking at 10 or 12 or 15 hours of labor. And if you can't do it yourself, you know what the dealership or a garage is going to charge you. So, I have some of these from over the years that I've used that are just sitting over with the rest of my automotive chemicals. I just wanted to talk about these kind. Um, in my opinion, if you have a small leak, you know, small drip, um, it's winter time, you turn your heater or your defroster on, maybe you smell a slight hint of antifreeze, that sweet like maple syrup smell, or, coming out of your defroster vents, there's a little steam, that condensates on the window, something like that. In my opinion, from my experience, these are going to work for you. Um, these are the only ones that I would use, are these ones that come in these little canisters here. And they are, almost looks like it's very fine aluminum dust. You can pause it and read it here. You see, I've never opened that. That's a bars leak. This is obviously the newer style they're selling now. Here's an older bars leak from many of years ago. I don't know. This could be 10, 15, possibly 20 years old. I'm not sure. I've had it a long time. Bars leaks, radiator stop leak, golden sill. Now this stuff here, it's not the aluminum dust. It's more like it's like a brownish or goldish color. Put a little out here. I'm not on my good phone today. I just had this one out in the garage, so I grabbed it with the camera. Kind of see what it looks like. There we go. Just like a really fine powder. And it works. I've used it. As you see, I didn't use the whole thing. This is probably like, honestly, 3 treatments on 3 different vehicles. I mean, I only use it on minor leaks, but it definitely works. Here's an Alumisil brand. I don't even know if they sell this one anymore. I don't know how old this one is. But trying to see if it has a date on there. You guys might see a date before I do. Made in the USA. Anyways, I've used this with great success. It's worked well. Let's go ahead and pop it open. Oh, actually, this is the same like the bars leak. I thought it was going to be the aluminum dust. Well, it does have some aluminum dust in there, but it's got some other stuff too. See how much I've used out of that. And that totally sealed something up. This one here, I'm not even sure if I've used. Says just Radiator stop leak. I'm not sure who makes this one. I just saw it sitting there and I said, you know what, let me make a video real quick. So I haven't opened these or anything. I've just had them for years. Okay, so you know what? All this stuff pretty much looks about the same there. Yeah, it all kind of looks the same. It looks like really fine, I don't know, looks like something you'd put on your steaks on the barbecue grill, doesn't it? Very fine powder. I'm not going to open this one up, but it's probably the same thing. Anyways, the reason I say if you're going to use these, a product, use these ones, is because the particles are very, very fine. And, if you buy that stuff, you see, I don't even know if they sell it anymore. It used to come in a bottle, and it was like really thick, like motor oil, like engine oil. And it had pellets in it. I mean, it was just disgusting. It reminded me of, I don't know, some type of like rabbit pellets, you would feed to a rabbit. Like a whole bunch of those in there with like a whole bunch of real goopy, like consistency of engine oil. And they expected you to pour that in your radiator. That's just a disaster. Oh, it'll probably seal the leak, but it's going to clog your whole radiator up. It's going to, clog the core of your radiator, all the rows. It's going to plug up your heater core. It may plug up your thermostat. I just would never use that stuff ever. Unless, and I don't recommend doing this, but unless you had a vehicle with a severe leak and, you were going to seal it up and pass the vehicle along. But that's karma. That'll come back to bite you in the butt. So that's my opinion and my view on this stuff. As you see, I've used it successfully over the years on just very, minor leaks. Some of them weren't even leaks dripping on the ground. Just like on the edge of the radiator, where the plastic radiator end cap, where the seal is, meets the aluminum. You just made smelled the sweet smell from the fan, pulling the air through, and you can look in there and see it weeping a little bit. Or, maybe a drip, drip, drip. Like I say, a heater core. This stuff will definitely work for you. I wouldn't recommend putting a whole tube in there. I'd start with a quarter. Put a quarter in it, drive it around, see if it seals for you. And, if you've got this dust basically going around in your cooling system, it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to find the leak. It's going to seal it. It's heavy. Most of it's going to settle down at the bottom of the radiator anyway, or, possibly, the bottom of the engine block. It's not going to hurt anything. Don't go dumping, bottles of this stuff in there. And, I hope this helps somebody. Like I say, I don't want a bunch of hate comments. The correct way is to replace the component that is leaking. However, if it's cost prohibitive, or, it's a lot of labor, or it's very difficult to repair the part, this could be a lifesaver, and it does work. Once again, I would not put any of that thick, goopy crap in there. Don't do it. I'm not talking about head gasket sealers or anything like that. I'm just talking if you have a radiator leak or a heater core leak. If you've got a radiator hose or a heater hose leaking, just replace the hose. Don't monkey with this stuff. Just replace the hose. It's old. It needs to be replaced. Also, let's say you've got an intake manifold, and it's just maybe a slight, drip out of the corner or something, very slight. This stuff will seal it up for you. That's my take on it, guys. I hope this helps you. This really works. It's good stuff. Just use it in small amounts, and let me know if it works for you, okay? All right, take care.